Hello, I'm glad you've made it to this point in the course, the very beginning. Glad to have you again. Purpose of this short screencast is just to show you how to navigate the course so that you can focus more on learning than on where to find information within the course. Since you've already found this screen, you probably have figured out that the left menu is a critical area of information. In this left menu, there is the Start Course here. There's a listing of the syllabus. There's an assignment calendar, activity dates, and point sheet, etc. This is also where you find announcements and course messages. Now, I want you to use the course messaging system as you contact me so that you can easily get help. If you put it in my other regular email box, right now I have 420 unread messages, so you may have a problem. I'm going to scroll down a little in the box here and just show you that also there is a link to all of the course material. Now, I have sequenced some of the course material so it will only appear after a certain date. And you should be aware of that. So if you go through all the course material on the very first day of class, there'll be a significant amount of material that's not there because it hasn't popped up yet. I am sequencing you through the course on purpose. Questions will be answered as you go through, and this will avoid any confusion or overwhelmingness on your part. Let's go into where you can find information. I've shared with you the course messages, which opens up a dialog box, and on that dialog box you can see that there's a place for you to create a message to me right there. As you can, right there, create message. You can click on that, and if you've never used Blackboard before, you can just send me a message by composing to whoever. And here there's only a few folks right now that are involved in this course because folks haven't been enrolled. But if I wanted to send a message to Rita Vella, this is how I do it. Hit Rita, move her over, and there she is. And then I would type my subject in my message and send it just like a regular email. So let's go look inside one of these modules now. I'll pick up a later module. Let's say building skills for the home and community. I opened this module. It's very typical of all modules. And you will note that there's an introduction video. I'd watch that video because it gives you tips. Learning objectives, what you should be learning, and it will also tell you what to do. You're to read chapters 14 and 15, as you can see right here. Complete the learning activities. It'll always say complete learning activities. And this is the last quiz, so it's going to say take a quiz. It will have what I call deliverables. These are things that you have to turn in by a given date. Here's the date that each deliverable is due, and this is project number 2 is due on the 15th of June. It will become available for posting on the 11th of June. Now on the projects I will give you a lot of extra time, so this availability is the posting board. Notice also that some of these items where it says location are hyperlinked, and that just provides an easy way for you to get to the deliverable. If I type or if I click on quiz 4.1, it takes me right to the quiz, and I'm ready to begin taking the quiz. As you can see here as it comes up. Now I don't really want to take the quiz now, so I'm going to go up here to my, and I'm going to move right up here to the breadcrumb trail, and I can go back to the module. All modules will also have something called learning activities in them. I'm going to click on the learning activities here. Most of the learning activities will start off with a good but optional readings and resources. These are things that you might use in your daily work. There are also things that expand upon the information and give you ideas relative to the topic that we're covering in the module. you will see that on this one there's 3. There's a web link that'll take you to National Technical Assistance Center on transition. You'll also see that there is a link to 2 PDFs here, and you can tell it's a PDF because right there you can see that little arrow. A quick tip for you: click on the little arrow. It'll ask if you want to open it. If you want to open it, you click it, and it'll ask you if you want to download it. So those are optional readings. You don't have to go to these. You can also see that underneath the optional are the things that are actually required. These things are actually required. You really should look at the PowerPoints for Snell Chapter 14 and Chapter 15 if you want to do well on the quizzes and the self-assessment. In this one, you need to go to this video. It's not in the optional section, so I do expect you to view this video. You can click right there and it'll open in an additional window. In this module, there's a reflection forum, and on Module 7, the very last one, you don't have to respond to peers, but on all the other ones you'll need to post, and then the next day you'll need to respond to peers' posts. Always you'll be responding to 4 peer posts. Whenever I ask you to review material, those will be 4 individual responses. And you can respond to more if you'd like. You can also see that in addition to the modules that I've listed on the left-hand side, there's another place, other links, that will also take you to quizzes and course projects. So right now you have 2 places to find the information. One is the deliverables right here, and the second one is the course menu on the left-hand side. There's one additional place that you can find information. Many of the postings will be listed as discussion boards. So when you post all of your reflections, they'll be on discussion boards. If you click this discussions link, you will see all of the forums that I've created for the course. Again, it's not only the reflection forums, it's also some of the group projects and hot topics. So you should be able to get around pretty easy in the course. Let me point out one additional thing about the web pages here in Blackboard. I want you to make sure that you always scroll down all the way until you see the blue. I could not get all the web pages on one screen's worth of information because it's just too complex. Sometimes, particularly if they're videos, you're going to see a very long screen. So please be sure that you always scroll down to the bottom. Finally, I want to show you that there is help available. If you're wondering about how to do something, there's a help link on your menu, and you can access that at any time you would like. Let me go back up and show you one other thing that's important. I'm not using the course calendar for a very good reason. I instead have posted a calendar in a PDF form that you can print and have by your side anytime you want. And this calendar delineates when things are due, when they're going to pop up as available, how many points they're worth, and then I've provided a column for you if you just want to write in the points that you received as you go through the course. You can do that. Of course, Blackboard also has the My Grades feature. Some people don't like using that, so I have provided an additional place for you to write down. What is important for you to remember is that if there is a conflict in dates, that is, the Blackboard pops up and says something is due at a certain date and time, and I've got a different date and time listed here on this schedule, the controlling date and time, right here, the due date, is the actual due date. And that will come up particularly when you are posting to a discussion board an initial post, such as introductions, and responding to introductions. Because when you click that grade column, introductions, it's going to say it's due May 6th, but your initial post is due May 3rd. Then the computer waits a couple days and sees if you post as per instructions, and then it closes it out. So if you actually went in and looked at the introduction post, it's going to say in Blackboard that it's due May 5th. And the final part of the introduction is due May 5th, but the initial introduction is due May 3rd. And that's important for you to know, that the controlling date always is what is on this particular assignment calendar. Don't get confused. Unfortunately, people have lost points before, and it's a 50% deduction if you miss the deadline. Everybody works under deadlines. Everybody is doing the course at the same time and at the same pace. So it's important that you meet your deadline. I hope this has been helpful as a way to navigate the course. I'll provide additional instructions as needed. You can also call the COLT Help Desk at 956-665-2979.